All right. So we're going to do some body weight strength training today. So be prepared to move around a little bit, up, down, and all around. We're going to do a few lifts. I see Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Oh, there he is. We were just talking about you, Frank. I said, Frank is usually on by now.
It's only 6:29.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Well, I'm trying to get right on the stick here.
Okay.
Anyway, so let me get busy, and I'm going to go ahead and do strength training today. I'm going to do it barefooted. Okay, you don't have to, but I'm going to do some Pilates type things as we get going. So one of the things, for Pilates is foot placement, of course. That's always in everything. And anyway, go ahead and have your shoes on. That's perfectly fine. Put your little pad in the floor. Mac, you need to come up here because nobody can see what I'm doing. Come here. There, he's just standing there. He's disoriented. Oh, see how am I think I need to turn it here just a little bit. Okay, there we go. So, I'm going to, starting out with, use my carries just to get warmed up. And as I said, I'm doing this barefooted. You do not have to. This is a strength day. And usually people like to have, their shoes on. So go ahead and put your shoes on, but just go ahead and step into the pad. Okay. And you've got your carries. So this could be any kind of weight. We're not warmed up yet. We're using it as a warm up. So I'm standing up on my little pad, but instead of doing continual stepping, I'm going to do some bending with it in keeping with a Pilates inspired kind of a workout. So as I'm down there and I move it from in the middle to the side, and I just keep into a little squatted position, just a little squatted position. See, I go to the side, then I go to the front, then I just drop in. Then I go to the side, then I go to the front. And I just drop in there. Go to the side, go to the front. And you may be wondering, well, why are we staying in there? Because I'm trying to load here, and I'm trying to give a real movement load to my back. So as I'm coming down, I'm just turning sideways to show you what I'm doing here. So as I'm coming down and I'm grabbing my weights like that, see, I want to make sure again that I don't round my back. And I push into the heels, so it's getting a real stretch through the Achilles, back into the calf. Then I'm going to just step back. And now I am going to hinge forward. So many times I will take a step back and I will tell you rib cage up, which absolutely. However, we're doing a cross between a dynamic warm up and a stretch. Okay. So as I'm bending my knee forward, I keep my chin tucked, and I'll turn to the side so you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the line goes. Sometimes that's easier. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the side, but I want this stuff to make sense to y'all. So I step back and I bend forward. See that? Then I come back. Okay, so you just bend forward from the knee. The knee's going to go out over the toe just a little. Okay, so keep your shoulders down. Keep breathing through the nose. Your feet are lying as much straight as possible, and you're bending that front leg. The knee's going to go out over the toe just a bit. It shouldn't hurt your knee at all. So when you're down there in this position And you come back, we're doing both sides, and then we'll start with the arms. Again, we're trying to stimulate that muscle, stretch it at the same time. We're not doing a heavy load on there. It's our body load. So it's just our body load as I'm coming out, and then I come back in. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. Then I'm gonna step off. I'm gonna switch. So you get both sides just a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. So find your foot placement. When you're on your pad, when you're on your balance pad, and you're doing these split stances, make sure that you have a chair, a bar, something around. So now I'm going to bend forward. And if you've had hip replacements, trying to think if Chrissy's on, knee replacements, this can get scary, this little move, okay? So say rib cage up, take a big breath, keep your chin tucked, increase the bend in that front leg, but you're keeping your heel down and back, okay? And then come back, take a big deep breath, press the knee forward, but you stay extended in your back, okay? Keep your chin tucked, okay? And we're gonna go deep into there one more time. Here we go. So you should feel an increased stretch in your back leg, all the way up to the Achilles. This leg, you should be getting quite warm here in the quad, right here as you're stabilizing yourself for this move, and then come back, okay? Step off, just like that. So I'm gonna go over here and grab my little pads, my little carries. Now remember the move that we just did, because we're gonna fix them to do that again in just a second. But I'm gonna step up on the pad now, and I'm gonna step down in the front. And I'm gonna step up, and I'm gonna step down in the front. So there goes the very muscles that we stressed on the previous move. As I stay rib cage up, and I lower myself down, that's really keeping your heel down in the back. So I'm gonna press through the feet and up and switch it just a couple of times. This isn't fast. You gotta stay on target as you're stepping off. And if you have items in your hand, you might wanna be doing this next to a wall so that you can put your elbow like on the wall if you're feeling like you're losing your balance, okay? So your heel's down and back on the pad, and then you press back up. Okay, we're doing that a couple more times. Take a big deep breath, step, keep your heel down and back, okay? Lower, 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 but keep your heel down and back, okay? And then you step back up. All right, so yeah, I'm doing it barefooted today. You do not have to. We're doing strength-inspired Pilates type moves, okay? So we're using our body weight, but I have added 2 jugs. If you want to do some of these moves with no weights in your hands, that's perfectly fine. Now, here's what I want to ask you. I want you to think how you're stepping off. Is your heel coming up and back? Okay, don't let it come up, because you want to lower now your center of gravity. So we're hinging one move, the previous move off of this move, and this has a ton to do with ankle, heel, ankle, foot mobility, stretching. See, I'm keeping my heel down and back. These, I'm keeping my shoulders down. As I come down, see, I'm hip hinging down. I am not rounding my back here, and I hang on to it for just a few seconds, then I come back. You don't just do repetitive repetitions with this stuff. You think about how you're moving. Now, as I get ready, I'm gonna come down, okay? one foot in front, one foot on the pad and back, keep my heel down, keep my chin tucked, really come down as far as your heel will let you. As soon as your heel starts coming up, then that's where you have to stop, okay? So now as I come back up, I want you to really think what you're doing, because some of you will jump back up. So what I want you to do is slide into it and bring that foot back. The move that I just did, this very quick, taking your foot back and putting it just 2 inches elevated, it's a big deal in falling, okay? Because a lot of people in this kind of a situation will come up and jerk their back and then bring their leg up. And what I want you to do is keeping your heel down right now. See, in back, I'm keeping my heel down on my front foot. I'm going to go press and back. I don't want to lunge my back backward. That's kind of important. Now, step both sides of your pad, and you're going to hip hinge, and you're going to bring those 2 carries, whatever you chose to be a carry, put them down. If you don't have anything, that's okay. Just do the move. Bend into this move all the way down, like you're going to put your hands on the ground. Then as you come back up, you shift into your heels. Then you come back into all 4 corners of your foot pressure, okay? So there's a lot of shifting going on. Then if you put the fact that we're on a balance pad that is making us move all around, this by essence is strength work being very functional as you go down and up with a weight. So see, I'm in my heels right now, keeping my chin tucked, coming down as far as I can. Try to touch your floor. Then you bring it back in and up. So I'm having you pull it to the side as I come up, because you want to keep a load closer to your body as you pull up into this. So when you're all the way up into a stance, go back over your neutral stance paradigm. So what is that? Drop your shoulders, number 1. Soften up the knees, number 2. Tummies are in, little braced. And then rib cage up. So act like somebody's pulling your rib cage up. Take a big breath through your nose. Go down, 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 down. Bring it here to the front. Bring it back. Pull back. So that little move with the arms as you're pushing your little carry up and back. And it could be you know, your bag carry, whatever, a can, it could be a can of food. One more time, here we go. It's a fold. And come back, and come back, and come up. And so here's the deal. Step off, step off. If you did what we just did, as far as stepping on a unstable surface, a pillow, whatever, and you folded very gently like this, just moving those hands around and back, really coming down as low as you possibly can. If you did that even 10 times, you would start being very warm. So you contrast that with what we typically do. You can put your waist down if you want to. And walking. And walking is absolutely one of the best ways to get yourself functionally warmed up. Absolutely, hands down. But I'm stressing strength moves that will strengthen your body through mobility, okay? And whenever that you do that, and a lot of people don't think of doing something like this to warm themselves up. But when you've had joints replaced, you can't just start running and start doing real fast stuff and get warmed up. So I'm showing you an alternative way to start tackling movement deficits, not being able to move through a range, and warming up at the same time. See how I'm just gonna push into the heels and I'm gonna bring it back down and around. This, my friends, is a very functional movement right here. One more time, here we go. So think where you're at, keep your chin tucked, move those hands up, move them back, go into the heels and press and come up. Now you're ready to come actually do a sit down. So I've still got my carries. I'm still loaded. Okay, so I'm stepping off the pad and I'm gonna come right down into a sit down, just like that. Now, what I have in my hands is approximately 10 to 12 pounds, depending on the gallon you picked up. So you wanna be mindful of what you're doing when you do move on the end of your lever, your hand. So I'm doing a hip hinge with weights right here. And if you don't have your jugs filled up, of course you pick up a heavier weight in your free weights. Okay, you just want, the point is of a carry is they're hanging. See, they're hanging off your hands. All right. So that's how you get your weight load coming into that characteristic carry. That's why it's called a carry. All right, so see, I'm coming in just like this. I'm gonna come up and pull those weights back and then pull them back even further through my shoulders. Then I'm gonna come and bring them way out here. So if you have weights, you just bring them way out here, but you don't lift them from here. You pull them back, okay? Now tighten in your tummy, bring them back, and you come back up that way. Okay, so we're gonna do that same kind of a thing, and we're gonna go ahead and stand up. So are you ready? So here we go. Drop your shoulders, and get your feet situated so that when you come to stand up, A, you do not hold your breath, and B, you really push into the heels and you keep your knees central. You don't let them come in, you don't let them go out, okay? Because we're trying to target these muscles here, these muscles back. Okay, here we go. Keep your chin tucked, take a big breath, press into the heels and come up. Then you're gonna bring that carry forward and you're gonna bring it back, okay? So as you come forward, we're just gonna do it 3 times, right here. You're bringing your carry forward. Don't round your back. Yeah, it's gonna be really easy to round your back, don't do it. Then you come back and you bring those shoulders together. Then you do it one more time. See, all the way around and all the way back. So many of us have little shoulder issues. Well, a carry, like doing it like this, taking a little interset before we go back and sit down and then come back, okay? This is one of the best ways to get shoulders firing without hurting them because they are pulling. See, they're holding this weight at the very bottom of the lever. And then you come back with your shoulder blades and you come in like you're trying to bring your shoulder blades together, but you keep your back pretty extended. You'll round it a little up at the shoulders. Keep your chin tucked. Take a big deep breath. And one more. Here we go. Pull them forward. Pull them back. Hip hinge, hip hinge, hip hinge. Come right down here and hover just above the chair. Hover, hover, hover. See, I've got my weights right here. I'm gonna go pull, pull, pull. Heels, stay into the heels. Take a big breath. Breath, it's the shoulder blades. This is not really arms, this is shoulder blades pulling together, pulling together, pulling together. Go down and sit down. And sit down. I know it. So that was forward pushing. Now we're going to do backward pushing with our range where you're putting your pressure. See, this was forward, pulling, pulling, pulling. Now we're going to go back and stay back here. And we're going to take the butt off the chair. So I'm going to grab my weights. So drop your shoulders, get your carries ready. I'm going to stay in the heels. And I'm going to act like I'm going to get up. Okay? But then I don't go all the way up. That's the cueing that you need to hear. That's how this move's going to go. It looks like this. See that? See that? Yeah, see that? So you just don't rest. You stay in the little, pretend you're getting up, but you don't. Up here, back down, up here, back down, up here, back down, up, back down, up, back down, up. Stay in the heels, stay in the heels, stay in the heels. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Two more, two more, two more. One more, one more. And back down. I know you liked it, didn't you? Okay, here we go. So sit to the end of your chair. Press your heels down, toes up. Lean back. See how that goes? Just like that. So I'm going to take one arm back over my head, then bring it back. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Open at the hip. All the way back. All the way back. And then come all the way back down. Okay? This is, yeah, you could be in the floor. I decided to stay in the chair right this moment. I will do this probably later on in the floor, but you can do it from the chair. This is a great move. So let's do it. Try to remember it. So I'm going to open at the hip. My legs are extended and I'm opening at the hip. I'm coming all the way back with my chin tucked where I just touched that chair back, just like that. So I'm just going to do that a couple times. See this? This is a great move. This will really help you in your core, in your muscles in your legs. Then we bring our mobility into it. We bring our hand all the way back and all the way back down. Here we go. So toes are up, legs are straight. Take big breaths. Open, 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 and bring that arm all the way back here. Just like that, you're holding it there. Then you come forward, okay? Now, if it bothers you to take your shoulder, your hand over your head, bend your elbow just a little. Go back as far as you feel you can, but you gotta keep your shoulder down, okay? So toes up. So that means dorsiflex. So I'm gonna straight leg, tighten in, go all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Bring the arm back as far as you can and come back. Bring the other arm all the way over and all the way back and all the way back. And come back. See how I'm leaning back? I'm not coming all the way back up. I'm really working my core here. Take a big breath, elbow bent. Really, really keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Keep your chin tucked. It's very important on this. Big breath. Here we go. Really squeeze that butt. Go all the way back. Tighten, tighten, tighten. And come back. See, it's just a little ways, but I'm asking all these core muscles to do this. Keep your chin tucked. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. All the way back. And then come up a little bit, change. All the way back. Breath, breath. Come back. One more. Here we go. All the way back. Open back. And come back. So it's a really good thing to do this motion through your shoulder. All the way open as far as you can. Keep your elbows straight or bend it. And then come back. You gotta keep your chin tucked. Okay, you should be feeling this all through here, all through here, all through your back. Okay. Big breath. Yes. Sitting on the end of your chair. I'm going to open back just a little. Okay. Open back. Kick. Feel it? Yeah. Open back and bring your leg up. Then we're going to extend. Okay. Then we're going to take that leg down. We're going to stay right here in this position with our upper body. And we're going to bring that leg down. It's in dorsiflexion. Take a big breath. All the way down. Take a big breath. All the way down. You should be feeling this right here on the quad. Toes up. All the way down. See, as I bring my leg up, I let myself roll back. Okay? Big breath. Here we go. Keep the legs straight. So this is where you want your leg to be very straight, because I want this move to come from the hip. And if you bend your knee, it's now if you need to bend your knee because it's too much pressure, then that's what you do. But if you want to hit and target these quads, you got to keep your legs straight. Then you open, you're breathing, really working, you're bringing that leg up. Yeah, this right here, right here, right here, right here, and then come back. See that? So if you want to target the muscles on the top of the leg, now, can you imagine if we were doing this and we had a 5-pound weight on the end of that ankle? I'm just saying, this is a very effective move. Drop your shoulders, take a breath, open back, squeeze up and back down. And you stay right back here and back down. See that? Just like that. Keep your legs straight. Should be kicking this muscle right here, and back down. 2 more. We're almost there. Okay, 1 more. Here we go, right there, and then bring it in. Come forward. Yeah, just like that. Take a little intercept because we got the other one to do. Turn, put that knee down. Okay, this is my hip replace side. The minute I put my knee down with my toe curled under, okay, it's not flat. Wow, do I get a stretch right here, okay? So that's what this is for. So you drop that knee, and then you open back, just like we opened back onto the chair. So a lot of times, our back aches or hip happens because we're very tight in our flexors, because we haven't really put them through the paces, so to speak, to let them loosen up. Well, that's what I'm trying to help you do right now. So drop your shoulders, take a breath, keep that knee down so you don't cock it out to the side, and don't put your foot flat down. You can hang on to your chair, but then you open back as far as this will let you. Okay, it shouldn't be painful. It just should just feel like a really, really good stretch. Okay, take a big deep breath. You're gonna let it hang out there for a second or two. If it's very tight, for sure. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other leg. Are you ready? So the very first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to lift it up. See, like that as we go back. So just try it out before you go all the way back. So the leg is going to be straight, see? And we come back down. So we're going to be lifting from the hip musculature. All right. So it's right here. Bring it up, bring her down. So stay back now. Bring it up, bring it down. Take a big breath. Up. So this should be targeted right here. So this is my knee replace side. So I need to do this kind of a move very regularly because I'm going to keep these muscles around that knee replacement as strong as possible. But you have to go at it a little differently with when you have replacement. Okay, so regroup, drop your shoulders, take a breath, straighten your leg if you can. If it's too much if you're feeling too much pull, that's the only reason you would bend it just a little. Okay, because see, I'm trying to go back and put this lift here. So I'm going to lift with as straight a leg as possible. Take a big breath and back. Take a big breath. Make sure that toe stays up. Big breath. Back down. Here we go. Big breath. And back down. Feeling it right here. Yeah. Take a big breath. Big breath. Here we go. Stay back there. As much as possible. You're going to come up some. Keep that toe up. Keep that toe up. Just two more. Just two more. Just two more. Here we go. Keep the legs straight. Keep it straight. Here we go. And bring it back. Oh, should have been talking to you right there. It wasn't me. Okay, let's recover. So what are we going to do? We're going to turn on the chair. We're going to put the knee down. We're going to keep the toe cocked under. Okay? So the knee is down, and then we grab our chair and we lean back as much as possible to get that muscle recovered. So you're stretching back. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath, big deep breath, big deep breath. Okay? Stay back. Keep the knee down. Take a breath. Keep your chin tucked. Lean back as far as you go you can. Yeah, lean back. Woo! Lean back, lean back, lean back. Yes. And then come back up. And hold it there as long as you feel you can. Hold it there just as long as you can. Okay. One more from this position on the chair. So now we're going to bring the knee up as far as we can. So what's going to, what is your range? That's what you're trying to find out. You'll learn your range if you bring your knee up. And if you're paying close attention, if you bring your knee up, and the higher you bring it, the more you start bending, then you have to stop at that point. Okay? So the whole idea here is to rotate back, tighten in the tummy, support the move with a very extended back. Okay? So I'm on the end of the chair, and you could be on the pad of the chair to make it easier to sit. That's fine. But as I go back and I bring the knee up, I want to come up with the knee as far as I can. Then I kick her out. Then I bring her back. So now this starts turning into a much deeper core work. Okay? So it's not just from here and up. You're actually lifting your knee. So here we go. We're going to lean back a little, lift that knee up, and then kick that leg out. Just like that. See that? But you're not bending your back is the point. Because as I lean in and I try to reach, see, I don't want to bend in my back. I have to keep my back very extended. Very extended right there. Breath, very extended. In the back. As I bring the leg up. And then I come back. Okay? So here I go. I'm going to do that on the other leg. So I'm going to open back. So right here, shoulders are down. And I'm gonna bring the knee up higher. And what's gonna tell you where to stop is as you bring your knee up here, you will feel your back is wanting to round right back here or flex. We don't want it to. That's where you stop. So you lean back, tighten in, lift the knee, and if you're not rounding, then you're good to go. So I'm gonna come up here, and I'm gonna go boom, breath, tap, breath, keeping it up pretty high, breath, keep your back from rounding, keep it extended, take a big breath, take a big breath, one more, okay. I know you're just loving these. Just stay with me. There's a method here. Okay, are you ready? Go into a stand up. So you're gonna go wide, press, and stand up. Now you're gonna turn the chair. Okay? And you're gonna be right here at your chair. I'm not gonna use my cat right now. I am gonna use my carries again. I am. My carries are here, ready for me. See? So I'm right here. And I'm gonna come right here and put my leg back. See, like that? I'm gonna bend and I'm gonna grab my carry. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So now we're gonna lock in all the front and back leg muscles, because when we go back here and then we try to go down into a squat, it's almost like a one-legged squat. Then the task is to come down, keep your back extended, grab your carry and bring it up. Then you're gonna put it back down. See that? So I have my toe back here. I'm gonna bend, 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 bend. I'm gonna come the same side. My knee is heading down, but most of the pressure is on the front leg. So this is one that if you'll get really good at doing this, and then picking up that carry, and the advantage to having a jug to pick up is it's sitting up here pretty high. So if you wanted to do this, because I know how hard it is to get way down there, okay? I'm just gonna take a little time here and show you how to do this with your weights, because most of you have these weights. You sit it on the flat end, see that? And this is 9 pounds, so, or you could do 12. So your foot is forward, one foot is forward, one foot is back, and you're going to bend, see, and grab that weight right here and pull it back up. See that? So that's how you're gonna do it. And then you put it down. And then you're gonna come back down and pick it up. See this? So you're hip hinging, keeping your chin tucked, a lot of pressure in this front leg, the top quad, and then you come back down and set her down. And then you come up. See? So that's doable. But like, you can turn it and you can try. You're gonna find out how hard it is. So as you're coming down, again, I'm not screwing my back up. I'm keeping my back extending, I'm hip hinging, I'm going down. And if you wanna go down and try to pick that up all the way at the ground, you can do that, but you're gonna have to go down a couple more inches, which is fine. But I'm just telling you, if you do that, don't compromise. You should be feeling powerful contractions through the gluteal and the hamstring. I mean, the hamstring and the quad. So let's recover. The leg that was front, that was in this position, this is the one that you should have hit pretty hard just now. So you're gonna bring your toe up, okay? Like that. Put it on the end of the rung of your chair. and just press down. See that? So if you don't have a rung, just keep the toe up and just dip. You're doing a dip with your toe up, and then you come back, okay? We'll do it again. So if you're gonna do something, let's say you have a trip coming up that you're gonna do a lot of hiking on, or skiing. Let's say you're gonna try that. This is the move you need to get good at. But what I want you to hear is, we did a lot of pre-work to get to this point, okay? So now I'm gonna switch legs. So I'm gonna bring the other leg forward. I'm gonna take the other leg back. Got my chair here. I'm gonna bend the back knee and just see how I'm able to come down, because I'm gonna pick up my load, all right? And you need to get your load so that you can grab it, so you don't have to reach too far. Because the big mistake that a lot of people make here is they bend in weird ways to pick up their load. So with your knee back, you're bending in. You got your chair here if you need it. You're bending in. You're coming down. You keep your chin tucked, but you're gonna grab your load and then come back up, okay? Then you're gonna put it down and you're gonna come back up. And so here's what you need to hear. Those of you with hips replaced, you are going to be pushing and relying on this back leg. I don't want you to rely on that back leg. This is in a great position. It's not gonna hurt your joint replacement. You gotta put muscle work in action here. And so don't rely on pushing on the back leg, the back foot, because that's what we inherently will want to do because it's stronger. Okay, are you ready? Ribcage up, drop your shoulders, take breaths. You're coming down. Now put it on that front leg to push up. I want you to push up with the front leg engaged. Okay, and if you have to bend excessively to pick up or put down your load, then you don't want to, that's not what you want to do. You want to just grab it and come up. You want to stay pretty straight with your back. Take big breaths and come up. So you're going to hip hinge. You're going to keep rib cage up. You're going to go down. You're going to grab. You're going to bring it back. Yeah, you should be feeling it in the front leg. Go down. Now push through the front foot, especially in through the heel as you go down. Pick it up and come back. So that should be really targeting those gluteal and leg muscles. Take a breath. Go down. Pick it up. Push into that front leg. Okay, one more. Come up. Okay, we're gonna go get it. Here we go. Grab, pull for the front leg. And back. And it should be just like a shot right in through here and right in through here. Yes. Straight leg. Recover. See how I put my foot on the rung? Yes, and you can be doing all of these with your shoes. It's fine, but I was going to do more Pilates type inspired moves. I say inspired because I modify them. But this is body weight, and I knew that I wasn't going to be doing a lot of pounding on my feet. I was doing a lot of use of my feet, but not pounding on my feet. Okay, here we are, ready to go into the core part of it now. Yes, we've been using the core, but now we're really going to use it. So I have my carries here. I have my 1 9-pound weight to show you, those of you who don't have a carry gallon. And seriously, all it takes is a really good gallon jug, a 30-gallon type of a structure. Okay, what am I doing? I'm putting my hands on my chair and I'm walking back, but my shoulders are staying over my, I'll turn it this way a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. My shoulders stay above my wrists. See, I'm gonna stay way out here. I'm gonna just keep my shoulders down, keep my chin tucked, take breaths. Then I'm gonna take one little step, one little step, one little step, one little step. You see how that moves back and forth? Then I'm gonna keep my shoulders centered over my wrist. And I'm gonna take one little step, one little step, one little step. See, I'm working the knees along with the toes to get in the full extension. I'm gonna hang out here for a couple seconds. Take a big deep breath, keep your shoulders down. Now, bend the knee, go up about 3 inches, go all the way back, 3 inches, go all the way back, 3 inches, go all the way back. See how I'm just pulling myself forward with little tiny, and the hips goes up and back, up and back. Then you go back again, back again. The point is you're doing this in and out with your legs, but your shoulders are what? Centered over the wrist. We're gonna come up one more time. See how I'm just doing the little tiny inching forward, little tiny, till you get where your shoulders, you could take pressure off of them because you're under your feet now. Now start going back. Tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy. Go all the way back, but keep your shoulders where? Yeah, you should be yelling over the shoulder, over the wrist. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Then I want you to bring your knee down and down. Yeah, you should have been getting pretty tired on that one. Take a big deep breath. So I'm right down here, right on my little chair. I'm in the knee part. Okay, this is the one that I would give anybody. And if it bothers you to be on a hard surface, this is when you can put your little pad there, makes it easier. Okay. And you know I want to make it easier, right? I hear Kathy laughing right now. Okay, keep your shoulders down. Okay, this is the one that if you wanted to get stronger in your core, in your tummy, and you just hate, you know, doing setups and you hate doing a lot of planks and stuff like that, get down on your knees with me, push into your elbows, put your toes underneath. See how it's stretching? So anybody with plantar fasciitis, this is a great one to do because it helps to stretch that foot without putting weight load on it. Okay, you ready? Yes, yes, yes. Shoulders down. Now you're gonna push down in your elbows and you're gonna really tighten your tummy and you're gonna act like you're gonna come off the ground to get up, but you don't. Okay, normally if we were down here like this, we would do something like this and we would push ourselves up, and then what would we do? We would push ourselves up and then we would put our leg under us, correct? And get up. Well, we're not gonna do that. It's another fake out move. I'm trying to show you a move that if you got to where you could do 30 of these, or 3 sets of 10, or let's say just hold it for 30 seconds, you would start getting so much more strong in your moves and your core, everything. Shoulders down, elbows down, act like you're gonna get up right there, but you're not getting up, so you're hanging out here. Take a breath, take a breath, keep your shoulders down, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, 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 hold, breath, breath, Nice. Okay, for an interset, just turn out right here. Just in the interset, we're gonna go back to that. That's the one though, y'all. Get really good at doing that. Number one, it's really good for your feet, your ankles, your toes, but it's shoulders. You're taking a weight load on your shoulders. So this is strength training day, but it's using body weight and different positions and a little bit of a carry to achieve it. So see what I'm doing? See, I'm just pushing this out here. This is my hip replace side. You don't go too far, but then what you do is you bend through the hip and you just come straight down, straight forward, right there. Yeah, don't bend your back until you feel this stretch like, like that. And then you back off a little bit. So you come forward. See, should be really stretching that groin right now. Yes. Yes. And as you're down there, you can take your hand and just go under here. See, just do a nice little turn. Then you come back and put your elbow right there. You don't ask your back to lift you. You're stretching the groin here. See? And you're reaching under. And you're coming back. Take a breath. Okay? And this is a good position for balance as well. Okay. So you ready? Now we're going to do the other leg in just a minute. We're going to stretch it too. So we're going to put our elbows right here in the pad. Okay. We're going to act like we're getting up. This is kind of a normal, if you were down getting something in floor and you were using your chair to get up with, you would do something like this. And most people just put their foot here and then they come up like that. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to turn this into a core or Pilates inspired strength work. So our elbows are down and we're going to act like we're going to put our foot up, but we're going to lift both knees. So the toes are under and we're going to lift the knees as if we were going to come up, but then we don't. And we just keep our shoulders down and we're putting our elbows into the chair pad. And we're taking breaths and we're hanging out here. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Hang in. Keep your shoulders down. Breath. Breath. Hang in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can go back down. And then is when you bring your leg up. Yeah, just like that. And you take your leg out as far as you can. And you're going to bend forward as far as you feel you can come until you start feeling that groin muscle stretching. After you're down there and it's stretching, you can bring that hand under the chair and you're stretching through the groin. Then you're going to bring it back and come up. You can do that again. Just come down, open that leg out as far as you can. Come all the way down, reach under the chair, and then come back and come back. And you just hang out there for a bit, okay? So, how would you get up from a chair that way? Let's try it. So I'll be right here. Normally, what are you instructed to do? Yeah, and it's fine to do it. You go like this, then you push, and then you get up. Yeah, you can do that. Or, you can do it my way. Here we go. So my toes are under there, ready to go. And I'm going to push into my elbows. Keep my shoulders down. That's very important. Then I'm going to take a breath. And I'm going to exhale and bring both knees up. Step in. And then I'm going to roll up. Yeah. Then I'm going to go out into my W, my T, my W, my Y. Pull the thumb back. Pull the thumb back. Pull the thumb back. Then come back down to the W. Back down to the W. Right like that. Just like that. Take a big deep breath. Bring those hands down. Yeah. Do a little pendulum. Little pendulum swing. Okay, here's my challenge to you. My challenge is for you to get up from the floor. Number one, get in the floor. And number two, get up and get down and up by using the method I showed you today. Okay? Really use your core. Now you know how to do it. Keep your shoulders down. That's very important. Don't hang your head. Okay? So I hope you followed all that.